Hi, it's me doing the obligatory makeup tutorial that every female YouTuber has to do. I don't know if anybody cares about this. I'm not particularly skilled with makeup. Everything I've learned has been from watching other actual makeup YouTubers do stuff. So I don't know if I'll have any tips that are more helpful than anything that they can say, but whatever, let's give this a go. I'm doing my makeup anyway, so I thought I would just film it. So I've already wet my beauty blender and I have chapstick on. So those are the first two things that I do. Now I'm gonna apply my primer. So the primer I use is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smooth Priming Moisturizer. This stuff, it says it's safe for sensitive skin. It's also really shiny, so I have dry skin. My goal when I'm doing my makeup is to make it look very dewy and almost bordering on greasy. I don't mind if I cross over into the greasy category because I know I'm not greasy. It's just the makeup, so I don't really care. Other people might care, but it's been hard to find stuff that is dewy but not weird Flashback Mary stuff. But this routine that I've done I've been doing it for a year and a half. It's been photographed. It's been put through days of drinking. It's been put through a sweat test. Pretty much every test that you could go through with your makeup, this has done that, and it's been fine. Football games, being super sweaty there, and it's been fine for me. So again, I have dry skin, so if somebody is more oily, they might not like this. I don't know. I'm also acne prone, so I have a lot of tips for covering up either scars or active pimples or texture and stuff. And the dewiness helps cover that stuff up. So I'm gonna go in with this primer. It smells like some kind of candy, from when I was a child. But I don't know if you can kind of see that it's shimmery. So I try to focus this on the parts that I want to be shiny. So, and I keep saying shiny, but I mean dewy, shiny in a good way, okay? My chin here, I've always I start on my cheekbones. I end up putting it on my whole face, but I concentrate on the parts that I want to be shiny. So up here, my temple, this part, my forehead. Next is foundation. I use the NARS Sheer Glow in Gobi, which is light 3. I love this foundation. It is so good. First of all, I had my undertone wrong for a long time because I tried a very yellow undertone foundation and it looked weird on me. So then I tried a red undertone foundation and it looked better. But I think just the shade match was closer when I tried between the two. So for a long time, the red did work for me, the red undertone one. But after a while, it started looking weird. I got more and more pale. I stopped going to the sun less and less. And my skin looked better with a yellow undertone foundation. So this is the one I've been using for a year and a half. I will never use a different foundation. This is the only foundation. I don't care. I don't care if there's another one. One of my friends swears by Too Faced. I don't care. Not using that. This is the only one. The only thing I do hate about it is it's not a pump or anything. It's a weird, not weird, I guess it's normal. It's just an open hole like that, and you have to pour it out. So I wish there was a pump on it, but that's the only thing. I don't care. I'll do anything for this formula. I'll fish out of the garbage. So I just put about that much to start on my beauty blender, and then take this mirror, and I just spread it out. I always use a beauty blender. I never use a brush or anything. And I pretty much use a beauty blender for all my cream products, which is a lot. So what I try to do is a cream base and then powder over that, but I try to use as many cream products as I can, hence the dewy goal. So also a trouble spot for me is in my eyes, because I have really deep set eyes. So I have problems getting product under there and in this corner right here. I realize that there's a smaller point on the beauty blender, but I feel like it doesn't do anything. So I use the big part and I shove it in the corner of my eye. Okay, I'm not that concerned about the under eyes right now because I'm going to put concealer on anyway, but if I was going out, I'd probably put on a little more. But this is just going to be I'm just going to run some errands, so I'm not going out. But if I were in the nighttime, I just put on more. Okay, so next, like I said, is concealer. I talked about this in my morning routine, which I'll put, boop, up there. Becca Aqua Luminous in Porcelain. This is all I use. It's like my foundation. I will never use a different one. Also, these two, this concealer and my foundation, blend really well together. I mean, this blends out with anything, so I'm sure it would work, but it goes along with trying to look dewy. So I do like this under my eye, this kind of shape, and then I go over any like pimples. Sometimes I'll go over my redness again. Like you can see that there's redness because the Sheer Glow is medium coverage, I think. So maybe if I feel kind of anxious about it, I'll go back in. But other than that, I just cover up. I have some scarring over here. I have like something, I don't even know what this is, but there. I think that's pretty much it. I have like this thing in my hairline that I'm not gonna worry about. Nobody needs to be looking at it. It's none of their business. And then in my morning routine, I use my finger because I'm trying to save time, but regularly I use my beauty blender to blend this in. So I just do like a couple dabs over the things that I want to cover up, and then I go around. So I keep as much product as I can on the actual spot that I want to cover up. Okay, and immediately after I blend out my eyes, I'm going to go in with this powder. Let me just do that and then I'll explain the powder. Okay, so this is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 1. I like the finish of this powder. I used to put it all over my face before when I was done. And it still looked nice, but I don't need it to look that powdery, but it really blends in really well under the under eye, especially if you blend it in with a beauty blender. I recommended this powder to like everybody that I know, and they all love it. The only thing I would say is when I put it under my eye, I try to go in like a big triangle under, like that's where I try to apply it, not just like straight under the eye, because I found like once or twice that it has caused like a little bit of flashback. Not like anything crazy, but like the under eye area is very brightened when you take flash photos, so I try to go like where I would want it to be illuminated, like this whole triangle. But I didn't powder any other area of my face, just the under eye. The next step, I go in with Fenty Beauty. I think these are called Matchsticks. Yeah, in Amber. I really, really like this for contouring. I use it every single time. It's a stick, obviously. It's a cream contour. But the best part about it is that it's cool toned brown. Warm toned brown can make your contour in your cheek area look muddy, like kind of like dirt. A cool toned brown makes it look like more of a shadow. So like you don't want to like crazy like gray under there. You just look like old and weird, but you don't want super warm tone. I feel like this is like the perfect brown to contour with. I put it right under my cheekbone, all the way up to my ear. I would say it's a little higher than my natural contour because I'm gonna blend it out. So it'll end up in the natural contour anyway, but it makes my cheekbones look boop higher. Okay, so this is blended out good enough for me. Again, if I was going out, I'd probably do stuff like all of this stuff more exaggerated because I want to look like kind of like stage makeup. It's when you go out, usually it's like darker lighting and like you can get away with doing more stuff. Then I got this like set of Morphe brushes that I use. So this one has like a point. This is what I use for contouring. And then obviously I use Hoola Benefit Bronzer. Who doesn't? But I've had this same one since like middle school, I think. And I still haven't ran out because I use it so sparingly. I don't want to look like it's a good color too, but it's definitely more warm tone. And I really want to avoid looking muddy at all since I'm so pale. So this sets the contour. It kind of blends it out more. I have a chance to blend it out again with the brush. And it gives me more of the color that I want. I don't cream contour my forehead because it's not like that extreme, but I bronze it because I want it to look, it like gives the illusion of looking more tan. I don't want to be contoured. I want to just look more bronzed. Next, we're going to go in with some cream highlight. This is like a little Becca sample. Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight in Opal. And I got it with like the powder opal thing that I don't really like. I also have like the Matchsticks by Fenty, the highlight stick, but I don't like that either. I feel like it's like I can feel the glitter in it, so like ew. It's not very like creamy, and I feel like it, since like the glitter is in it, it's like an abrasive and it pulls off my foundation when I use it. Also, I need like a beauty blender to blend it out, and I used it on one of mine and it messed up my beauty blender. Like glitter got all in it and there was glitter everywhere forever and it never went away. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this on my cheekbones. A lot of beauty gurus use the term like glow from within, and I think that this cream highlight in particular really does that. Next, because I'm feeling a little funky, I'm gonna put on Jeffree Star Skin Frost and Ice Cold. It's literally pure white because that's what I need. Again, if I were going out, I'd probably do more. This is already a lot. This is probably more than I wanted to do in the daytime, but we get carried away a little bit with the highlight. It happens. It's fine. Now I'm going to do brows. I also talked about this in my morning routine. NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. This is what I use all the time. I'm like, no joke. When I go out every day, I don't care. This is what I'm using. And everybody's all about like, oh my gosh, my Anastasia like brow pot. Like, okay, well, I'm not that talented. I can't like draw strokes onto my eyebrows. So I'm not doing that. I'm just going to use this tiny brush. I won't buy a full-size brush. Why would I do that? This one comes free with it. And I just fill in my eyebrows like that. They're never like, I also talked about this in my morning routine. They're like pretty thin, so they don't really get like too crazy. So this is good enough for me. And my whole thing is doing the minimum amount of work to get the best outcome. So that's what I'm doing now. $7, no extra brushes, everything comes compact. And it lasts forever. It lasts so long. And I'm not drawing eyebrows on myself. I don't care that much. I don't have that much time, and I'm not that good at it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call it and say that my base is done. This is the same base I do for every makeup look that I do. If it's going out, if it's just going to Easter, going to church, going to Christmas, doesn't matter. This is the same base. I just probably do some stuff more pronounced when I'm going out. So a spritz of Urban Decay All-Nighter. Okay, so since I've sprayed, I feel pretty dry. Make sure my eyelashes are dry. Okay, now we're going to go for the eyes. And I'm going to really attempt to do like a simple look here. Just a daytime eye look, but I really struggle with that sometimes. Because I just want to go crazy and it's fun to do fun stuff. But like people will look at you weird. Okay, so I have a couple palettes here. I have the Norvina Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have the Tartlet in Bloom by Tarte. And I have the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I kind of just like take a gander in them and like, my entire plan, this is all I know how to do, is like a transition shade that's a certain color, whatever color, and then a more brown crease shade, and then a shimmer shade in the middle. And that's the extent of what I know how to do. So like how dark it is or how colorful it is depends on where I'm going. So now I'm just going outside. So we'll probably use like one of these or maybe this orange in the transition shade, but like real light. These are really pigmented. And then I'll probably go with like this one or maybe one in another palette for like my crease shade. And then we'll figure out the shimmer shade for there. Okay, so this is from the kit of Morphe brushes that I got. They don't have numbers or anything. It looks like this. It's a blending brush. So I'm gonna mix them because I don't care. I think one's warm tone, one's cool tone. But like, I can't tell the difference in those two shades. So I just mix them together for my crease shade. So I'm gonna start here. And again, I have deep set eyes, so like everybody's eyeshadow is different. I've tried to do this on other people. I've done it on my sister successfully, but on some other people with different shaped eyes, it looks kind of weird, and you might have to do different stuff to flatter your eye shape. Okay, I think this is good. Since it's the daytime, I kind of just want like barely, like a hint of color. Okay, then I have this brush, and I don't know where I got it. It's literally broken right here. Like you can see it's crooked. I don't know where I got it from. Probably Target. And I use this. I like it because it like gets in there, and I just put my crease shade right here, and then I like blend it out. So the thing with the In Bloom palette, let's see if I can do what the YouTubers do. My hand's not that big to cover the mirror. These are more like pinky reddish shades, not so much like brown. I don't know if I want that either. Let's see what Norvina has. Okay, so Norvina has a shade called Incense. I'm gonna go in with that in my crease in the outer corner of my eye. So like right here. I literally dab it on like that, and then I blend it out into my crease shade. Oh, and that reminds me of eyeshadow primer. Don't do that. I probably should, hence like the deep set eyes and like propensity to crease, but I don't care that much, especially for the daytime. Okay, if I was going out, if I was going to a wedding or like a game or something, a football game, I would prime my eyelids, but not today. Not today, okay? I also bring the same crease shade down. I don't really like smoke it out that much, but I feel like it makes like a huge difference, even if it's just like a natural look. Okay, I think that's pretty even. That's good. Now I go in with the shimmer. I actually think I'm gonna use some of this base color on my lid. I just have like a flat brush. This is from Lamora. I don't know. It's probably from Amazon. Okay, that's on. I think that's a good base for like whatever shimmer I want to do. Okay, these shimmers are freaking intense. Like I always use my finger for shimmers, especially because like I think the oils on your finger makes it look good. It's like it's the same thing as spraying your brush. I think I'm gonna use probably this shade with a little of this shade, and like really lightly too, like just like barely any color on my finger, because I kind of just want like the color and the subtle shine. I don't want it to be like I'm going clurbing. Like there, like that's perfect. That's good. Okay, so that's done. The next thing, I always do this, and I never use liquid eyeliner because I'm not that good at it. Also, my eye shape like doesn't allow for liner. Like if I just do a straight line from here to here, I would need to like circle it up like so that the eyeliner goes up. But if I follow my eye line down, it's like in a downward motion. I have like me-shaped eyes. So it like my eyes don't work with liquid liner or like a wing. So I just do that. This is all I do every time. I take this brush, I dip it in a black, any black or like dark brown, depends. Today it's black, and I stick it onto my lash line, and I go from both ways. I go down this way and I stick it in there if I see any like blank spots between my lashes and my eyelid. Okay, eyeliner's done. It's kind of subtle. It's not as like crazy as a wing, but I think it adds a lot to my eye and my look. So before I do mascara, I'm gonna spray it again, and we're gonna do a double spritz this time. All-nighter. Okay, and then I'm gonna do like 2 spritz of Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So that's literally it, 2 spritz, like from far away. Not that intense. Because that stuff it's super buildable. It like builds up real fast and it looks like crazy. Okay, I use Better Than Sex. Not waterproof. I need to get the waterproof one, but I'm lazy. All right, time for lips. Like I said, I put on chapstick at the beginning. I'm gonna use Jeffree Star Mannequin. I don't line my lips because I'm lazy and I always mess it up anyway. And I always end up overlining my lips and it looks super obvious and bad. Okay, great. It smells like root beer. Okay, I'm actually gonna top that with this Huda Beauty Lip Strobe. And this stuff is not like gloss at all. Like this really is metallic. Let me show you. Like that's its own color. That's not a gloss. So I tried to put this on like just by itself and it looked like bad. But over other colors, it's really pretty. So I just did one swipe. I'm going to blend it in. And I'm also going to do like a little dab, just so it's not so intense. So it still kind of blends in with my lips. Okay, so that's it. That's my daytime look. This might be some people's nighttime look. This might be some other people's like barely there natural look. It really doesn't matter. It's just whatever you want to do and what makes you feel pretty. It doesn't matter how much or little you're putting on. If you feel good about it, if you feel good about your face. I hope the point that comes across is do whatever makes you feel pretty. If that's no makeup, if that's full face, do whatever makes you feel confident and good about yourself. This is what works for me. Yeah, baby, feeling good about yourself. That's girl culture.